Peter, do you love me? 3 times he asked, yes. Feed my sheep. Look after my sheep. That I was moved. So what I made mantra of my pastoral ministry is, be a shepherd. Be a shepherd. And that shepherd is already described in John 10. What Jesus says, I am the good shepherd. I know my own and my own know me. They hear my voice and they come to me, they follow me. I am ready to lay down my life for my sheep.
I'm very grateful to God. I've had good experiences. In 2012, when I had the bypass, I could experience myself going far and far, passing planets. But somehow or the other, I think it was only the prayers of the children, and I told the Lord, the children are still young. And that's how I'm still continuing here in Danduka.
During that college studies, in the first year itself, I was asked to help Father Felix to edit the Doot. So after 1 year, I was asked to take up the editorship while studying in the college.
After that, I taught for 2 years in Fatima Convent. And there, in my second year, Mother Pilar made a very strange remark. I think God is calling you. And I was taken aback. I said, I don't think so. I'm very happy the way I am. She said, no. Better think over it. And she would again and again tell, I think God is calling you. Gave me some prayer book. In my free time, I would go to their chapel and pray. And then in December, she pushed me to Ahmedabad. Go and meet the fathers. Tell them you want to become a priest. It's a grace of God that right up to 2001, that means 21 years after my ordination and 32 years after my joining the society, I was an ordinary, average Jesuit. I hardly prayed. I was drifting and I was floating. Today I tell myself, how come you survived?
I stepped into Nanakantarya. I was alone there because Ordonez had gone to Dediyapada. For 2 months he was supposed to be there under treatment. So we celebrated Christmas there in the parish and in the villages. That was the first experience of priestly ministry in the villages.
I wanted to go deeper into the culture of Gujarat. So I requested 1 year for stay in the village. So after some discussion, I was allowed to do that. I went to the Sanand mission under Father Alex, went to stay in one village.
When I went to Zimbabwe, and there I was going through real dark night of the soul. Absolutely. I never expected that I'm going to be so miserable, gloomy. Darkness, sadness, loneliness. And after a month or two, I don't know, I happened to get that book, A Pilgrim's Way, the short booklet, how that Russian Orthodox fellow goes with Jesus' prayer. Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy on me, a sinner. Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy on me, a sinner. Keep on repeating this throughout the day and the night. And I began to read that. I read it in Junior 1871. Now I'm reading it in 2002, after 30 years. And I don't know, sudden transformation. And then what delight I got, consolation. Forget all those worldly values and worldly criteria about the people and friendship, relationship, and all those values, the status and all that. Now you cling to the Lord only. Lord Jesus Christ, have mercy on me, a sinner. Keep on doing that. And in no time, this Freddy who had not prayed for 30 years began praying. How much? 2 to 3 hours a day.
In the Nanakantarya problem that took place, there were the darbars who said, now these fathers are going to educate the Adivasis and our children will have to be the slaves of these Adivasis. How can it be?
So I did my doctorate under Father Amaladas. For that doctorate studies also, initially we went and stayed in the villages. Father Raj was in Bhumel, I was in Samarka village. I did my field study there as part of the doctorate, and then completed the doctorate in 2003.
But that was the beginning of my foundation. Foundation was laid there in 2002, 17 years ago. I go to the States and I thank God because of His grace, it continued. Prayer life, spiritual life, topmost priority. Let go anything and everything. Don't minimize on your prayer, on your mass, on your rosary, on your breviary. Spiritual life, don't minimize. If you want to cut short, cut your entertainment, your amusement, your outing, your TV. But never compromise with this. That was a big insight I got in Zimbabwe.
Growing very strong, and Guadamino also was there. And they chased him for almost 4-5 kilometers with wanting to beat him or whatever it be. I was returning also from Ahmedabad, where I had met the Bishop Charlie Gomes. And when I was nearing Wagpur, the boys told me on the way, "Father, don't go back, because there's trouble." But what to do? I took the jeep and I went ahead. Then immediately Guadamino told me, "Come on, put it in the garage. Put the jeep in the garage and come up." So we put the jeep in the garage and we came up. And there you are, over 100 people had come. They began breaking the glasses and stoning us. Just then, Charlie Gomes, his phone call had come, and I told him, "Bishop Charlie, see, you can hear the phone. We are being attacked." He immediately phoned to Gandhinagar, and that night there were 2 SRP trucks that came. We were under police protection for 10 months. Not a pie we had to pay. It was put under social unrest, all the cost.
And since I was asked to specialize in missiology, I've been looking for books related to that subject, and also about the missionaries in Gujarat and missions. So I made a lot of collections, and I'm happy that I've got these collections.
We don't know the situations and circumstances people are in. When they said this, when they behaved like that, what were they going through? I don't know. It's something like Jesus, no? Father, forgive them. They don't know what they are saying, what they are doing. This is what keeps me going. Father, forgive them. Maybe they don't know what they are saying and what they are doing. They are prejudiced, they are biased. Because the people would not shout, crucify him, unless they were instigated by the priests, by the Pharisees, by the Sadducees, and by the Sanhedrin.
Slowly we were in touch with the boarding and the villages and everything. Though after 4 months, Father Jerry had told me, "If you want, you can go back to Rosary." I said, "No, not now. It's now 17 years since I am here in Danduka, and it's a wonderful experience. Because all those children, we only take Het Majur children. We don't accept any working parent child in the school. And those children are systematically moving and have moved ahead. They are from 5-6 different communities."
Actually, the regional theology was started with that idea of having an inculturated church. If we need to communicate theological topics to the people, we need to reflect also in the local language.
Small Christian communities. That time I realized this is very important for a parish like this, because it was not like this 25 years ago. People were staying in Vejalpur, Paladi, Vastrapur, remote areas, so few families. So I said, small Christian communities, that will do a world of good. So I took about half a dozen men and women to Bombay for on-the-spot study of small Christian communities. I took them to Mahim, Sakinaka, Pius X Seminary. For 6 days we were staying in the families, lectures and all that, and we came back. It was doing wonderful job as long as I was here. Small Christian community.
I've gone through difficult days when I was small. Being in such situations, I don't at all feel difficult, even in the interior mission station. Because even now I am in contact with these. Where are all your things? Only one tapeli, 2-3 plates. Where are all the things? There in that place there. So your house is there. Na, a mandir છે. A મંદિર છે ત્યાં બધું મૂક્યું છે કેમ કે ઘર પડી ગયું વરસાદમાં. So these type of situations where they live in mud houses, and after the house has been washed away, the father is putting all the broken bricks together, putting mud and trying to make another wall for the house.
And we need to renew the church also and the mission. For that, I thought most important thing is to publish the documents in Gujarati. So Father Kohli and Professor Parmar had done the work earlier. So then I took up publishing that, and so we have the Second Vatican Council in Gujarati.
Then when I got back here to Loyola, I began Couples for Christ. That was I found the need of the hour. It was running very well till I left. Couples for Christ, every week they would meet, strengthening the married life, family life and all that. And also I began Vincent de Paul Association in Loyola. It was not there. Both are running. I don't know whether Couples for Christ is still active or not, but Vincent de Paul is very active.
Because today I believe that every child, whether he is of this religion or that religion or this community or this caste, everyone is a brother and sister. And we all belong to a family. That is a very personal experience which I am very grateful to God for.
I felt if you want to work in Gujarat and work in the church in Gujarat, you have to be part of that church. You have to belong to that community. Since by birth I come from outside Gujarat, at least by adoption and being a missionary, I felt as much as possible I should become part of the church in Gujarat.
The only thing I remember and only thing they remember is તમારા ક્લાસમાં બહુ જ મજા આવતી હતી. બહુ શીખ્યા પણ ગમ્મત કરીને હસી હસી તમે અમને શીખવાડતા હતા. બહુ મજા આવતી હતી. Then when I went to Baroda, I was there for 8 years, and every alternate year I have conducted Gujarati intense course.
You can't imagine what is in store for us. As I told you, I have already been half the way. And it's a very, very deserving and fulfillment reward that is in store for each one of us.